Hey folks, welcome back. Derek Stark here. Just hit 100 subscribers this week, and pretty stoked about that. So I just want to thank all of you who have taken the time to kind of follow my channel and listen to the content that I've been producing. So usually I have some sort of general idea of what I want to talk about and have some notes and whatnot. And today's a little bit more ad-libbed, but I just wanted to kind of get on here and maybe rant a little bit about some things that I've been noticing in society, and a lot of it stems from kind of the digital era that we're currently living through, right? So all of us are on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and right now we're on YouTube, and it's wonderful. It's a great way to stay in contact with people and kind of let our creative juices flow and exhibit our personalities to the world. But I think that due to this social media landscape, that there's kind of a hole right now in society, and that's in regards to relationships and the deepening of relationships. And I see this a lot um, on a personal level. I think that I've failed to adequately invest in relationships, and it really keeps these relationships at kind of like a superficial or surface level, if you know what I'm saying with that, right? When you spend time with somebody, you kind of develop this trust and comfortability with one another, and you're maybe more likely to share kind of more personal stories, maybe issues or struggles that are going on with your in your life. Whereas when we have all of these relationships that only exist virtually, it's not like we're getting any meaningful time together. We're seeing each other's highlights and we double tap and feel like, oh man, they really like me. We're really good friends. We always retweet each other or like each other's profile pictures. And I think this is going to be a problem that continues to persist. And so I just wanted to come on here and kind of encourage everybody to really focus on taking some time to disconnect and just spend meaningful time together with people whose um, personalities, characteristics, hearts that you value, right? I'm not saying go and spend time with somebody just to be with somebody, but think about those people who, when you're with them, you can tell that they're genuinely present with you. And I think that we all need a little bit more of that in our lives, right? We see what's going on in Vegas and what's happened in the past and Sandy Hook and all these just tragic instances of people who are clearly suffering from mental health issues. And I'm not saying that they're all guys who just sit in their rooms on the computer all day, but I think that contributes to a lot of the issues that we're seeing. Depression levels are higher than they really ever have been, and it's really sad to think about with all the resources that we have, the amazing country that we live in here in the United States, or wherever you're watching this from. Hopefully, it's in a good situation for you. Um, but it's hard because it's very easy. It's much easier for me to send my buddy a text rather than call him, right? And we can send a couple text messages back and forth, and that's great. But even to just pick up the phone and have an hour, 2 hour long conversation. My really good friend Mitch, who's currently in med school in Cincinnati, he and we had a 2 hour talk a couple weeks ago, and I can't tell you how amazing that was. I didn't get to see his face, but just hearing his voice and sharing stories and really kind of diving into some things that are going on that maybe I didn't even realize because subconsciously it was suppressed. And one of my favorite people on earth, Dr. Drew Pinsky, he talks about how brains heal brains, right? So this is the idea that um, it's not medication, it's not necessarily cognitive behavioral therapy, but instead, um, it's these meaningful relationships that we have, the valuable time that we spend with other people, that really contributes to our well-being. Whether you are suffering from something or maybe you're not, it's better to sustain the well-being rather than risk falling into something. Um, and it's also a lot easier to just go lock yourself in your room and watch Netflix for 4 hours when you're not feeling good, rather than going out and meeting up and being social with people. So I'm personally an outgoing introvert. At least that's what I identify as. So I do like to recharge on my own, but I also definitely recognize the need for time with other people. And I know that there's been plenty of times, especially as of late, where I didn't want to be around anybody, but I went for a bike ride with a buddy, or went for a walk or run with a buddy, and just that time together, that shared experience, kind of creates this collective consciousness when you're with other people, and there's some sort of energy flow when you're surrounded by other people. And I don't know how to explain it any better. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a genius. I'm just a simple man who was just trying to spread a little bit of truth to my friends and followers, and whoever stumbles across this video. So I'm gonna quit ranting because I think I've already talked longer than I should have. But I hope there was something in this that resonated with you. Please feel free to drop a comment below if you have any additional insights. And if there's any sort of topic or video you'd like me to produce at some point, just let me know. And ideas are always welcomed. And yeah, hope you all have a great weekend. It's supposed to be beautiful. Really appreciate you. And until next time.